Boom, what's happening, man? It's your boy Young at 3TV, nigga. I'm back with another fucking video, nigga. Hey, man, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Nigga, today we react to 1090J. He telling that nigga Osama and got 14 months for a Glock switch. 14 months for a Glock switch, and they said that nigga robbed a jeweler store. That's what I heard, though. I don't know if it's true or not, nigga. So, hey, we finna watch this bitch together. But, nigga, 14 months? Man, y'all let me know, man. Hey, let's get into the video.
Y'all see the title. Let's get right into it.
We know what I with no brother, nigga. On my brother. We do it.
So don't play my slide on folks grade and we'll guess like that. That's switchy.
That bitch on it like 16. Just graduate.
And I picked up that's just enough right there.
Switch.
The Glock switch has become a staple in hip-hop, turning handguns into fully automatic hole punches. But a lot of misconceptions.
But the crazy thing is, niggas can't even control them hoes though. Niggas got switches. But ain't even hitting the main target. Y'all hitting everything else but what y'all came to hit. So nigga, I feel like them hoes overrated, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Around the switch, and in this video we'll be fully breaking it down. On November 7th, Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama stood in front of a federal judge in Brooklyn, New York. It was sentencing day, and Zay had pled guilty back in May to 1 count of possession of a machine gun. On September 29th, 2022, an Uber driver picked up Zay and several associates from a hotel in Manhattan. The driver would notice Zay was holding a firearm during the ride. Dropping them off at a recording studio in Queens, the driver saw they left the gun in the vehicle, so the driver called the police. NYPD would locate the .40 caliber Glock 22 with a switch, loaded with 1 round in the chamber and 9 more in the mag. When asked, the driver would identify Lil Zay Osama as the one who possessed.
My nigga, how you fumbling that bad to nigga leave your Glock with a switch in a fucking Uber, son? You flexing, hold on, I understand you flexing that bitch, you hear me? But my nigga, you flexing that bitch, but nigga, you left that bitch in the car. That shit ain't making no sense.
This statement alone was enough to build a Fed case.
What's happening? Speed running back.
We're gonna short it all up. We're gonna short it all up. What is going on? We're gonna short it all up. I'm the man. I'm just being detained right now. So I'm just.
You get my phone though? Yeah, you got anything on you? Can I get his phone? I'm on live, sir.
U.S. attorneys would submit a letter requesting to keep Zay in federal custody, labeling him a danger to society, and even quoting some of his lyrics, one of which stated, "Just got a brand new Glock with a 50 and a switch." The then 25-year-old had already been convicted of criminal trespassing, reckless conduct, 3 counts of robbery, aggravated battery, and aggravated discharge of a firearm. Zay would be held in custody and only released after paying a $350,000 bond. In January of 2024, he'd officially be indicted on 1 count of possession of a machine gun and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm. Everyone expected this to be the rapper's demise. Fast forward to November 7th, Zay, having pled guilty to the...
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments.
That nigga Zay tripping,
and getting the second charge dropped, was only sentenced to 14 months in federal prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release.
How? If it's a Fed case? Nigga, one thing I know is the Fed on the marshals get on that ass. It's something serious, bro. So nigga, how you get 14 months in 1 year supervised position? Or how you say that shit? What do you say?
18 months in federal prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release.
1 year supervised release. How the fuck you get there in 14 months in what? Y'all let me know in the comments this nigga snitching now, son, cause that's what it's seeming like to me.
Only having to serve 85% of his sentence, Zay will be home in less than a year. Immediately, he'd be accused online of snitching solely because of the fact that he didn't get a decade or more in prison.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
So how did he get such a sweet deal? First off, 90% of people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. A switch without a gun is still considered a machine gun. A switch and a gun is clearly a machine gun, and a machine gun under federal law is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison, meaning you can get anywhere from supervised release, aka probation, to the max 10 years, depending on a few different factors. But as soon as the internet hears 10, they assume you'll just get 10 years for a switch. During Zay's plea deal, the courts calculated his offense level as 15 and criminal history is 2.
Damn.
The guideline range for this level scored out to 21 to 27 months in prison, or just over 2 years. Zay's lawyer would counter with a 7-month prison sentence, highlighting how Zay's felony convictions came from when he was a juvenile at just 15 and 16 years old. As an adult, he'd only been convicted of 2 misdemeanors. His lawyer would speak on his Chicago upbringing and how at only 14, Zay was shot in the chest. His lawyer would also cite multiple cases in which defendants were sentenced to less than the guidelines. Taking it a step further, his lawyer would point out the unlivable conditions Zay had to endure while inside of MDC Brooklyn as rats and roaches flooded the facility. Inmates would suffer indefinite lockdowns, imposing solitary confinement-like conditions, furthering mental health issues, and leading to multiple inmates being killed. Zay's lawyer, Don Florio, was lawyering her ass off. Zay was in New York to perform at Rolling Loud. He was on his way to an interview when a firearm was left behind, and that firearm wasn't...
This nigga always leaving guns fucking behind. What's up with this nigga, bro? Dude, why this nigga always leaving fucking straps behind? What? Do you not want the gun? Do you just get the gun to flex it and just leave the bitch? With your fingerprints, gun loaded, with a switch, you hear me, with probably more rounds than they probably have in the fucking city. Like in California, you only can have a 10 mag. Anything larger than that, you hear me, you getting charged for it, I think. Like, nigga, what's the fuck? Do you just go to city and don't know the laws? I feel like this nigga just go to
any previous crimes.
I understand
Zay's
you're a rapper,
lawyer would
but
again take it a step even further, pointing out rappers are often targeted for their wealth. And just 17 days before Zay was arrested, rapper PNB Rock was shot and killed during a robbery for his jewelry. The lawyer would top it all off with the statistical fact that according to the Sentencing Commission, between 2015 and 2023, there were 49 individuals in the Eastern District of New York sentenced for firearm-related offenses, with the median sentence being only 19 months. Zay had already served 8 months total fighting this case, and another 4 months from a state case, meaning he's already been incarcerated for 12 months.
That shit crazy.
Now, the U.S. attorney would argue back, highlighting Zay's DNA was found on the weapon, and request he be sentenced to 27 months in federal prison. They'd also try to assassinate his character, speaking on Zay's 2023 arrest, following a high-speed chase in Illinois, where police found a Glock 29 with a laser extended magazine and a switch, and a Glock 19 with a 50-round drum and DeFace serial number. At the time, Zay was wearing a $90,000 necklace that was alleged.
So they wasn't lying.
According to the U.S. attorney, stolen during an armed robbery in New York. At no time was cooperation ever brought up in this case. And
nigga, 90,000. Nigga, if you got $90,000, you able to get $90,000 to put around your fucking neck? I wouldn't even do no dumb shit like that. Nigga, that's investment type of money, nigga. That's life-changing money. You can set your kids up with that shit. You can do so much with 90 racks. You want to put that shit around your neck, nigga? You tripping. But if you able to do that, bro, you able to have that much money, son? Why is you out here leaving guns and shit? Like, well, you moving backwards and you backpedaling, brother. You're a DB in life, son. You gotta be a receiver, bitch. You gotta go forward, bitch. Come on, what you doing? You tripping? 90,000? What?
Time did Zay ever point the finger, arguing the weapon belonged to anyone else? And at no time did his lawyer or the U.S. attorney highlight a 5K1 or any other factors that would have reduced his sentencing by cooperating. In the end, Zay would receive 14 months in prison, 1 year of supervised release, and a recommendation that he be housed in FCI Thompson, closer to his family in Chicago. With the internet claiming Zay must have ratted, he'd take to his Instagram story addressing the rumors saying, "Stop believing everything you hear or see on the internet. You really think you can get 30 years for a switch? Hell no. I don't care what state you in. Facts. But switches is dangerous and carry 3 or 4 years, maybe less, depending on your background. But they becoming a problem in a lot of cities, so it might be worse for you. Different strokes for different folks. I caught a blessing. Don't look at my situation and think you need a switch, cause it can end bad for you. Stop playing with snitching for real. Have 1090 Jake look up my switch case." Now, not only did Zay get a sweet deal, but he's also signed to Warner Records, could afford a $350,000 bond, and a New York top lawyer. So to sum it all up, if you ain't rich, don't toe the switch. Now, I'm just playing.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, if you ain't got no money, bro, man, that's it, bro, that's it for the video, bro. If you ain't got no money, you hear me, to like, if you ain't got no money to help you get out no bond, nigga, if you ain't got no money to bond yourself out, nigga, you tripping. You shouldn't be out here toting no gun. You shouldn't be out here toting no gun. You should not be. I mean, yeah, you can tote a gun for your protection. That's understandable. I'm not knocking that. But how you trying to tote the gun, act like you street and do all this, but you get caught with a switch and go ratting? That ain't, you hear me? That ain't player, bitch. That ain't, yeah, bitch. You tripping. You hear me? But man, nigga, do better. Nigga, go get some money or something. Nigga, invest. Nigga, try to change your life. Try to change your family life. Nigga, man, it's too much money not to be played with. But you tripping, man. Man, that's it, bro. Hey. Man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Be dropping bangers every day, man. Come on, man. Hey!